Man, I don't know, and it could most definitely be user error. Guess I let some people get in. Like it could most definitely be user error, but this table is a lot more shaky than will make it work. I can't be leaning on the table. Should I start like a wing Wednesday thing? I love chicken wings enough to do it. I'm talking about going to spend on them and cook them at the house. I hope we sounding cool. I'm trying to figure out the noise cancellation on this thing. Um, I'm trying to figure out noise cancellation. It's been giving me a little bit of an issue. Making sure I'm coming through as clear as possible. Alright, we can finally eat. Let's see. Please like and share the live if you're in here. Oh man, I gotta start shaking the table. Would y'all like to see my food? Is that like a thing? Is that like something y'all would prefer? Alright, so finally get to eat. Um, yeah, here we go. What else saying? Should I start a wing and like a wing Wednesday type of thing? I want to see if this audio is actually noise cancellation, and I don't know until I go back and rewatch it. So we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. I hope everybody is having a fantastic day. No, I gotta get me a Caesar. If you know me or you didn't caught enough of my videos, especially with me eating, I have to get a Caesar. I have to get a Caesar. It's one of my spots. I don't know if I'm gonna give it away just yet. I really hope that I fixed the noise cancellation issue and I didn't make it worse. So update. I got my piercings updated. Um I keep doing this. I think I just made it dirty. Oh, it's on the screen. I see a spot, but it's on the screen. Um Most definitely I got my piercings updated. I came across a very sweet lady who fixed the piercing, and she wasn't even gonna charge me, but I still gave her some money because I feel like it's only right. But she basically told me that she feels like the guy didn't even use like piercing jewelry, and that the moment that he seen that my nose was swollen and everything, that he should have took it out. Don't get me wrong, I got a big nose, so truthfully, I can't tell. Um, I guess they can see on the inside or whatever, but she put a longer bar in there for me. Um, like I said, she wasn't gonna charge. She was real sweet. Don't even know her name. She didn't like. It wasn't nothing like that. This is what I had in there. and she was like they were just way too small, which they were. Like I gotta see that. I thought it was gonna hurt real bad taking it out, but it didn't. But I have a weird pain tolerance. Like nothing hurts me more than like hairstyles, braids, even haircuts. Sometimes my head just hurts, whatever, right? But like when it comes to other type of pain, I feel like I got like a high pain tolerance. I don't know if it's like a split up, but in my mind, I tell myself it's like a split up because some things really hurt, and I'll be like, godly. Like there's some stuff is just like it don't hurt. No, she definitely took it out, and she definitely took them out. I did feel it for the one that I felt like was my skin was growing over it. I definitely felt it. I felt it, but it didn't necessarily hurt. Neither one of them hurt. Um, she said the same thing I did. I was like, I didn't know if it went through because I couldn't see the bar. I could see it on this side. I could see it on this side. I don't know if I'm flipped. I'm probably flipped, but I couldn't see the bar. And when I went to clean the inside of my nose, like on one side, I could feel like a tingling sensation, stuff like that, and on the other side, I couldn't. So I had this conversation amongst like my people close to me, family, friends, my mother, father, and stuff. But I was such an angry person for a long time, such a hot-headed person, such a I'll be your huckleberry type person that I didn't want to be like that no more, right? And I always hear like, you so cool," and then I do something. Cause people call it acting out of character, but I do something that's more in line with my character. But of course, like you want to present better to the world, and it's like, oh man, like you too cool, you too whatever to act like that. And I'm just saying that to say situations like that, I feel like I should have checked it, but I'm still learning how to navigate without like slapping shit out somebody, and not even being funny, like not physically, maybe not putting your hands on them, or physically putting your hands on them, but I'm saying more of like, no, this is what I said you're gonna do. Do this like this. Don't get me wrong. In the military, I was only one type of way because I didn't want any mis what is it assumptions, nothing to be misconstrued. I had like personality slips. I'll show like my normal personality a little bit more to like some of the soldiers I got closer with, or some of the people, the NCOs I got closer with. Well, we all soldiers, so some of the high ranking soldiers I got closer with. And sometimes the soldiers that was like directly under me. But like as Victoria, I don't know because even when I sensed something was wrong, and I went back up there to get it fixed, I gave the guy the option like, hey, I'm just trying to see like the jury fell out. It looked like it's closing up. This, that, and the third. And he like, oh yeah, just come back on Wednesday. You got some swelling going on. I didn't come back. I didn't go back to him. Like I said, he was cool people. I still probably post a video. But like the lady said, you can be cool. You can be cool and a bullshitter and get to the point we're trying to make. You know what? Significant others, because I just know that because my most effective way of conflict resolution was violence, and I never been like that with nobody I've been with. Like even though I'm, you want to slap the shit out the person you with sometimes. Um, like I just ain't never been that, and it's like people take advantage of it, and I don't know how to navigate it yet. And that's just me being transparent and honest, giving y'all some information y'all didn't ask for. And it's like that with a lot of stuff in the world. Cause I'm like, I don't want to take it to where it doesn't need to go, but I also want to get my, point across. I also want to get what I need done. So like I said, I don't know that lady name, but shout out to her. I did give her some money, Um, More like a tip, but it did kind of frustrate me because I knew better. It's just like, dang, like if I would have just I would have just act like I ain't had no sense. I would have, I would have came to my resolution sooner. You live and you learn. I'm trying to get so much better at not just get better at conflict resolution. I know people be commenting that I talk funny, but I do got like a messed up mouth. You know, my brother messed with me about it too. My spouse messed with me about it. I've been mumbling forever. Like I just, my jaw, man. I'm in the process of trying to get it fixed, but that's just what it is. Like it's not like, oh, you weird in front of the camera. I really talk like that in real life. My mouth and stuff really move like that. My mouth should be tired. Like even like I said all the time, like talking to y'all and eating, it'd be something else. Um, I used to box. I miss it. I wanna go back. Our topic, we're just talking, really just chilling. I'm trying to get back into the habit of posting the content every day, and I know it shouldn't be like that, but I really be like, this doesn't pay the bills. And not saying like if it did, I wouldn't. Like you get burnt out, stuff happens. But the stuff that actually pay the bills, the business, I'm trying to branch outside of this. You know, it just it takes more of my attention. It do drain me a little bit more, but I genuinely love coming on live. Like I say, I'm gonna see if I could do it on this stand. I seen it where people are able to put like both cameras up because I want to try going live on like different platforms at the same time, just to build up some of the other platforms. But I feel like I don't grew to 1,000 some subscribers on YouTube. That like I say, I don't want to just switch from YouTube when it's done been so much love shown over here. But I feel so much better. I got the nose ring situation taken care of. I don't know, I'm currently in college, but the degree that I'm going for has nothing to do. I said I want to take a conflict resolution class because, like I say, even in the service, I was more like, ah, but just professionally, because like you can't stop shit at nobody. You can. Don't get me wrong, but like this, it's just unprofessional, right? So I went up in there slapping shit at people to get my point across. I was able to like talk, but even then, even if I'm articulating myself to the best of my ability, that doesn't mean like the other person don't comfort. Excuse me. That doesn't mean like the other person is gonna comprehend or that they even care. And that's one of my biggest things too. Like learning to communicate and get your. Let me fix that. There we go. Learning to communicate and get your little point across, and like I guess make it where somebody feel you, but just learning like sometimes people not gonna feel you. You're not gonna get your point across. You might not come to the resolution that you want, and will you be okay with that? But when it comes to spending my money and who I lay down with, don't get me wrong, I'm married now. I'm not like I'm just saying like in general, like with the areas I have struggled with the conflict resolution the most. And like I say, even with family, it's like dang. I think I done well, I probably have. I just don't remember the episode. That's what I'm saying. Like I think I spoke about it, but I don't remember the episode I spoke about it. But just learning different types of conflict resolution and being such an angry child, being such a violent person, and then trying to switch, be like, I know I could get my point across with this. Like even if you don't feel me, you don't feel me. So it is what it is. Like win, lose or draw, this is where we at. And just being like, you can't operate that way in no relationship. So what you gonna do if your partner like tripping? You can't operate that way at the workplace. So what you gonna do is the coworker tripping when you spending your money? Because like I said, it happens a lot. You got people that come in, um, they supposed to know their job, but you think they know their job. You're paying them to know their job. Because if you just fumbling around and figuring it the fuck out, I could have did that myself. But I'm learning though. I don't think nothing feels more better than your parents being able to say like you like you're growing. They see the growth. I know a lot of times people come on the internet and they be like a totally different person to their family. And I speak on that a lot because it's just true. But for my family, my significant other, for people to be like, no, I see like you trying to change. And even being with my significant other, the hardest, like even though like they give me a hard time, they know the situations where it's just like I don't necessarily play about. And that was another thing that helped me be not so like you got somebody else. I think I talked about it before. It don't even matter, right? Like it be new lives, but I just be like repeating shit. But I be having to remember like everybody don't watch every live. But it was a Wendy's burger, and I'm not saying nothing bad about Wendy's. Like I love Wendy's, saying nothing like that. But it was like pink in the middle, and it was my spouse's food. So like I was a little irritated. But I'm like, I'm gonna take it back, fix it. I hope they not on the crazy stuff, right? Like you gave me a pink burger, not like smoke, not like whatever, pink uncooked burger, and I made it like 2 minutes away from the house. Don't get me wrong, Wendy's close to where I stay at, but like I made it like 2 minutes away from the house. And my spouse called and I was like, "Is everything okay?" And I'm like, "What you? Yeah, like why you calling? What you calling for? Or whatever." And they were just like, "Oh no, I'm just calling. Like I just want to make sure everything's good, whatever." And in that moment, I was like kind of irritated, but then I had to like do some self reflection. Like, but you a loose cannon sometimes. Like, you know, they know, what I'm saying? They know you. So I was, but it didn't make me feel good. It didn't make me feel good. Like you have to worry about if you gotta come bum me out or come pick me up because somebody says something I don't like and I acted stupid. Don't get me wrong, like I don't promote violence, but I am all for getting on somebody's ass. It's just certain situations where it's just like learn better conflict resolution. So that's where I'm at with it. I really just feel like in this situation, I should have told that guy like, look, you didn't let me pick my jury. I already told you cheap jury don't work on my body. You didn't let me when I came back and showed you like this ain't working. I can't see the bar, I can't do this, that, and the third. Something ain't right. Should have made them fix it. Like I don't pay my money. You got your money before the service even happened. So, um, but that's that. We ain't gonna dwell on the past. It's fixed. The lady put a stronger bar in there, and I'm getting some gold bars order, gold jewelry order or whatever. I just feel like it'll be better for my skin. And in the month, I'll have her go in there and take it out and fix it or whatever. But like I said, it didn't hurt. It's done with. It's just one thing that I know. It's just one thing that I know personally that I need to work on. Like, okay, you can't put your hands on nobody, but do your best to articulate yourself. And so, get into like one of the things I want to talk about on here. I seen a lady on I think it was like TikTok, and she was like, people think everything is a scam or it's a simulation when this is real life. This is real life, and people not understanding that. And I think that people are saying like it's a scam and it's a simulation as a coping mechanism. And I agreed and I disagreed with her because I started saying like the simulation is glitching too. When I say that the simulation is glitching, and this is like my opinion, right? But I know like somebody else in the world probably shares it, right? The way that we have been told to live our life, I believe our perspective and some things have been shaped. Like I talk about traveling to Europe outside of America, and we talk about Southern hospitality and hey, wave and smile and do all that. Like Europe and stuff like that, and it's like, why are you smiling at me? Why are you looking at me like that? Don't get me wrong, I'm African American. Caucasians might have different experience, but from what I've seen, from what I've seen, being around Caucasians and different type races and whatever like that in those places, they're treated the same. It's just not their custom. So like when I say the simulation is glitchy, I mean like the way that they have told us to live or showed us to live or the perception of what's going on has shifted. And I think that's true because nobody necessarily lives the same reality. Perception is reality. One of my highest viewed, highest downloaded episodes, and one of my favorite episodes. Like perception is not reality. Your perception is your reality, and 9 times out of 10, no two persons' reality are the same because we process and we look at life different. I do feel like on some stuff they use it as a coping mechanism, but just like I speak about Christianity and a lot of stuff is mindset on how you look at the world. Like people make fun of Christians because they're like, oh, you they speak about if you're in, basically like we invite pain as a I'm trying to say like basically like we invite pain as a good thing or whatever. Like it's something good going on or this is just a setback, whatever. I was trying to think of like the exact comment that I see. But it is true. We are taught that trials, tribulations go come, and bad situations are not necessarily bad. But Christians are not the only one that think like that. So a lot of even the way you live your life, your perception, your mindset, all that, its perception is how you cope through life. We truly do not know what's real and not real, and not too many people coming back from the dead, like actually dead, buried in dirt, talking about some on my second life. People, you know what I'm saying? People say it, but I'm just being like all seriousness, right? Um, telling us like, yeah, this religion is correct, this religion is correct. The way this person lived their life is correct. The way this person lived their life is correct. And the top comment on the lady video was like, it's okay to say you're not in a simulation or not a scam or whatever when it's geared towards religion. And like I say, I agreed and disagreed with that comment too because it's like I said all the time, like every bad thing that happened is not the devil. Every good thing that happened is not Jesus guiding your footsteps. But no harm, no foul if you feel that way. But that's why I find people in life and how we go through it so fascinating. Because like I said, no people really have the same two perspectives. Even if we agree on similar things or situations like that, we don't necessarily see life the same. We just see that situation or that circumstance the same. Just like the internet, um, the whole world is just full of contradictions. And I truly believe in my hearts of hearts that we were not created or made to get it right. And that's just like I said, that's just reading through the Bible and studying the word and understanding like how many times we let him down, how many times that the world was restarted. We speak about the 7 days, but a few days after the 7 days, he wiped us out. So sorry about that. So just saying that to say like I do not think we are supposed to get it right. I do think we're supposed to try, and I also think that we're supposed to have free will. I get it about trying to like bring people to your religion, your side, your belief, your way of life, because everything like not religion. But I'll truthfully, I'll honest, I'm like, if the Heavenly Father gave us free will and a choice to choose Him or not choose Him, under my belief system, I don't believe that you should force anybody to choose forcefully come over. That's not even what He did, you know. I don't know, conversations that spark through social media. I do feel like we should use our instinct better. So like so many dogs, just let's say animals in general. You know, they can't necessarily talk to us, right? But we see certain things they do out of instinct. One thing I find fascinating about people, and when I'm talking about like the mindset of people trying to like shift people into believing what they believe, or go through life the way they go through life, we all have different little instincts. Even in my situation with the piercing, I'm like, I don't get to pick my jury, this, that, and the third. It's just like you have instincts, and 9 times out of 10, we are so saturated and have so many people around us. Our instincts get muttered, and then that's when you get like morals, principles, values, which is not a bad thing. But you know how like people be like, I don't know if a person, if humanity is really good at heart or bad at heart. I'm kind of speaking to that logic of instinct on the part of what would people act like if people didn't care what people think, or if people just acted off of their instinct. Like, what made you go over there and start that up? I just had an urge, or something told me to go do it. And I'm not saying some people don't operate like that, but I'm just saying more. Like, if we didn't speak, if we couldn't talk, like, or communicate the way that we do now, the way that we interpret sounds and light and everything now to make these words, and we just did like animals. We just grew like grass. Don't get me wrong, we're the top of the food chain for a reason, but I just, like I said, I just find it fascinating. It's just like we forget we have the ability to speak, to communicate, to choose. Even and like when I bring up like dogs and animals and stuff a lot, because it's like we break that instinct to better align with us. And people do the same thing. It's like people are break your instinct to better align with them. And what I mean by that, you have a dog, they want to scratch, they want to lick, they want to just be dogs, bark, do whatever, right? What they was birthright to do. And what we tell them, stop barking, hush, don't do that, come take a bath, you stink, this, that, and the third. So after a while, we train our animals to be aligned with us. Take them away from that instinct, though. Some stuff you can't break. Like, a dog will be a dog. But dogs greet each other by licking or, playing rough, doing all of that. No shots at the African American community, but don't look me in the face, don't do this, don't do that. So your dog around you, even if he really wants to lick you, she really wants to lick you. Depending on what household they grew up in, they would not lick you. And then we pride ourselves on it, like, yeah, that dog is trained. You broke that damn dog instinct. And like, don't get me wrong, like I'm not saying like, oh, it's that deep. Like, I get it, you made it a part of your family, but I just feel like it's just like that. We do humans the same way. It's like you try to break each other instinct, break each other, basically will, like, no, you have to live like this, you have to live like that, you have to do this, or I don't like that you're loud, I don't like that you're obnoxious. Even with friend groups, I'm saying like, equally yoked don't just happen for relationship, but just like in some ways we bend the people around us to better suit us. We know that